You know, sometimes the competition is so much more than just winning. It's about finishing a story, a quest that takes years, spanning continents. And for one American free skier, it was all about finishing a rainbow he'd been chasing for nearly a decade. Let's get into it. Wow. And that right there, from his own mother, that's really the heart of this whole thing, isn't it? This wasn't just about getting another piece of hardware. It was about finding that final missing color. So we're talking about Alex Ferreira. He's a 31-year-old free skier from Aspen, Colorado. And for him, this event in the Italian Alps, well, it wasn't just another competition. It was the end of a long, long road to finally stand on the very top of that Olympic podium. I mean, just look at his journey. A silver medal back in 2018, then a bronze in 2022. You can just feel the pressure building, right? He has 2/3 of the set, but the one he wants most, the gold, is still just out of reach. Okay, so the stage is set for this final showdown. We're in Livigno, Italy, and the atmosphere is just absolutely electric. So, picture this. It's a frosty, cold night deep in the Italian Alps. The entire course is lit up by these massive floodlights that are just cutting through the dark. The entire world is watching these guys get ready to drop in. You could cut the tension with a knife. And for anyone who's kind of new to this, here's the quick breakdown. These athletes ski down this giant U-shaped ramp, launching themselves into the air to pull off these mind-bending tricks. They get 3 shots at it, but only their single best score is the one that counts. So what does that mean? It means you have to be perfect, at least once. And the scale we're talking about here is just insane. That halfpipe wall is 7.2 meters high. That's over 23 feet. Think about that for a second. These guys are flying higher than a 2-story building, all while flipping and spinning around on skis. The skill and the guts that takes is just unreal. And of course, Ferreira wasn't just competing against himself. The field was absolutely stacked. You've got this 19-year-old phenom from Estonia, Henry Sildaru, in his very first Olympics. You've got the Canadian powerhouse, Mackay. And then there's his own teammate, Goepper, a legend trying to snag his 4th Olympic medal. The competition was brutal. And so, this is it. It all comes down to this, the final moments of the night. Years and years of training, all boiling down to one last chance. So check this out. Right before Alex is about to drop in for his last run, this is what the leaderboard looks like. The young gun, Sildaru, has put down a monster score, a 93. He's in first place. Ferreira has 1 run left. He has to beat a 93 to win. No do-overs.
So he's just standing there. At the top of the pipe, the crowd goes quiet. A whole decade of work, a silver, a bronze, it all comes down to this single run.
And then he goes. He just attacks the pipe. The run is packed with huge air, technical spins, perfect grabs. He stomps the landing at the bottom, looks up at that scoreboard, and now all he can do is wait. Wait for the number that will define everything. And there it is, 93.75. He did it. He beat Sildaru by the absolute slimmest of margins. I mean, talk about a clutch performance when the pressure is literally at its peak. Just incredible. And just look at how ridiculously close this was. We're talking 0.75 of a point separating gold from silver. After all those years of chasing, with everything riding on that one run, that tiny, tiny fraction was the difference between completing the rainbow and going home with another almost. Oh, and you could just see the raw emotion just explode out of him. The second that score hit the board, he started twirling his ski pole over his head. It wasn't planned. It was just this pure, unfiltered explosion of joy and relief. You could literally see a decade-long weight just lift off his shoulders in that moment. Okay, so this win was obviously huge for Ferreira personally, but it also had a much, much bigger meaning for his team and his country. And here it is, the whole story, right there. A visual of a decade of blood, sweat, and tears. Silver, bronze, and now finally, gold. Just like his mom said, the rainbow is complete. What an incredible thing to see. And get this wasn't just any gold medal, it was the very first gold for the entire American freeski and snowboard team at these Olympic Games. He didn't just win for himself, he kicked the door down for his whole team. This was also about bringing things back home, in a way. The men's freeski halfpipe, I mean, that's historically been an American event. David Wise won gold twice in a row. But in 2022, New Zealand took the top spot. So Ferreira's win, it put the gold medal right back in the hands of Team USA. Now, the competition wasn't without some drama happening on the sidelines. Another American skier, Hunter Hess, got caught up in the news cycle after a comment he made about representing the country drew a response from former President Donald Trump. With all that swirling around, Hess would go on to finish in 10th place.
And that really brings us back to Alex Ferreira and that golden moment. His whole story just leaves you wondering, right? After a decade of chasing one dream, when it all comes down to a single moment, what is it deep down that lets a person silence all that noise, all that pressure, and just deliver perfection?